Hi, welcome back to my decorating series. We're going to go inside and go to the 8th floor. The last room is an arcade. So there were very specific pieces again for this room. I knew I wanted to use those big partitions, and I knew there were a ton of game options. So some of those things I didn't get to use in the other spaces on this floor, I saved for this room. And I honestly this room could have been bigger than what it ended up being because there was so much stuff to choose from and stuff that I really wish I could have put in here. But I do the best I can with the fact that it's only a 12 by 12. Like, a 12 by 12 seems huge until you start putting some of these really big objects in here. But I had been looking forward to this room because I knew that there were so many arcade games in the objects. And I wanted to put as many things down before I started picking out walls and floors, just because I knew there was going to be a wide variety of colors and kind of, and not themes, but, you know, styles maybe is the better word. And then the door I end up going with is huge, but I picked a lot of things to go with the games because they were lights or kind of reminded me of like funhouse type things. I've been to a variety of arcades, both in my own life, but like for me, but also for my kids. And so some of the stuff I put in here, I put in because it reminded me of places I had been with my kids. And a few objects I chose just because they had either lights on them or kind of had the right vibe, although they aren't strictly arcade type things. But I wanted that Wreck-It Ralph food counter. I wanted it to be both kind of like a food counter and a prize counter. I wanted a wall of kind of weird mirrors, and I wanted to make sure I used the neon lights. I also wanted to use these star lights on the wall. They just remind me of arcade type things, but also some of the arcade machines like that, what is it? The Test Your Strength arcade thing right there has lights similar to the star lights. And I really wanted to divide this room. Because sometimes arcades will have that, they'll have like sections, you know, within the space. And so I wanted to make something with those partitions. The only complaint I really have about those partitions is that the pictures on them, they sync up. So you can put them down at different times and they'll play different pictures, and you can kind of get the effect which I was hoping for, which was that each one of them would have a different picture going on. But as soon as you leave the room and come back, they sync up. So that's kind of unfortunate. I wish I could set those different, but you know, we'll work with the constraints that we have, and we can pretend because it's a game. So the pretending is half the fun, right? But I could have put so many more machines in here if this room was bigger. I actually think there are some things I might want to go back and add or change, but there was so much stuff that I wanted to cram in here that I actually it was a struggle for me to kind of hold myself back. But I like the fact that the disco ball is in here, and there were some other, the little like stage lights. I thought those were fun in here. I wanted the pastry display case, I guess, from Princess and the Frog in here. I didn't want too many knickknacks, but, you know, at the same time, I thought about having like a wall of, you know, trophy looking things. I don't leave that Dream Snaps award in the back, but I thought about it for a good long while. But yeah, the little Mickey neon light, just because I wanted all the neon stuff in here that I could find. And snacks. Oh, this was one of those objects, the Timon Talk. Like, it doesn't feel like arcade to me, but it's got those lights around it, and that felt right to me. So I knew I wanted kind of a gallery wall with some of the pop art and really bright color things in here. I actually really like that I included those signs from Wall-E. They felt right in here. A lot of this room, like the decorations I added to this room, felt like vibes. Oh, here, I'm gonna mess with this for a minute because I really like these lights from Wreck-It Ralph, and I wanted them to be in a line next to this thing, but I couldn't decide where I wanted them to be, and because I had to move each one individually, it took me a minute to decide exactly how tall I wanted them to be and where on the wall in relation to the counter. And yeah, I didn't like that one, so I have to put it all back now. But I thought they looked really cute in a line like that. Like you could think of them as a unit, even though they're not. And yeah, oh, these storybook frames. If I could have added one or two more, I might have done the Lilo and Stitch and maybe the Monsters Inc. one. But there just didn't end up being enough space for too much stuff on the walls, which is probably for the best. But yeah, if this room could have been, if it was twice as big, I bet I could have filled it and made it, I don't know, just ridiculous and amazing and like every kid's fantasy. All right, well, let's go inside and check it out. I can't believe we're finishing the 8th floor today. It's kind of crazy. I love this floor. It's so much fun. When I was trying to think of all the rooms that could go together, the arcade just fits so well with the playroom and like kids stuff and just bright colors. I'm super excited to get to use some of this stuff that I don't know anywhere else I'd put it. This flooring and walls, I'm so glad I got to use some of that. I mean, we have several varieties of it, but like, where else am I gonna put this? I mean, I'm sure there are other places, but like, this seems so fitting. I like the fact that we have a variety of machines. I know that I repeated the skee ball, but like the fact that all the cabinets look kind of different. I got to use the claw machine and Stitch's rocket ship, Vanellope's car, the photo booth. I love how it looks at night with all of these lights, all these kind of bordering ball lights. You know, I don't know what they're actually called. There's probably a technical term, but I'm glad I got to put one of the vending machines in. I really wanted to put all 3 varieties, but there just wasn't enough space. And I think there's a few tweaks I would like to make in here, but overall, I'm super pleased with how this is and turned out. I will complain a little bit about the fact that the back of the partitions are super plain. If I could have put something on them, or if they look, you know, like they had something, they're just blank. I don't like that, especially for a partition where you're supposed to kind of use stuff like that to be in the middle of a room and see both sides. But the focus isn't the partitions, the focus is the gaming. So I think overall I achieved what I was going for, and I'm really excited to wrap up the 8th floor with this space. That's it for today's decorating adventure. If you liked this video, a thumbs up is a great way to let me know, and a subscription will keep you up to date on my latest shenanigans. If you want to hang out with me live, I stream on YouTube and Twitch on Thursday evenings and middays on Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day, night, time, wherever you are, whenever you are. And I'll see you next time.